In this video, I'm going over my disappointment with the author, Patrick Rothfuss, and some of his more recent issues that have come up. I'm disappointed in Patrick Rothfuss. I've stayed away from the Kingkiller Chronicle series because I've wanted to start the series when book 3 was announced. I didn't want to be just left hanging for a long time like most of his current fans are, but to be fair, I have a lot of interest in the story in general. I think it sounds really cool. I think the magic is very different and interesting, so I really have a lot of desire to actually read the series. But that all changed when I saw this video by Captured in Words.
So today, we need to discuss something I've been wanting to discuss on the channel for a long time now. A little part of me was hoping that Rothfuss would follow through with his promise, and I wouldn't even need to make a video on this, but it's 2023, guys, so we should probably talk about it. Today, I am covering the controversy of Patrick Rothfuss's charity, and the chapter of the Doors of Stone that was promised that we never got. The lost chapter, if you will.
Go support Captured in Words. They do an amazing job, not just with the Kingkiller Chronicle explanations, but basically everything that they create, and they are a fantastic creator here on YouTube. So what is the issue? Well, during a charity live stream, Patrick Rothfuss promised that his charity, if it hit his goals, there would be a chapter of book 3 released and voiced by some voice actors. Now, this is really cool. Honestly, very awesome promise. It's a good incentive for his readers, and the money is going to a good cause. Sadly, he hasn't fulfilled much when it comes to this chapter. It's been a long time since that promise, and he hasn't spoken much about it. I did find one mention on Reddit from a fan asking about it and Pat responding. So here it is. Question. Hey Pat, that's awesome. Glad you were enjoying some good gaming time. Have you connected and have connected with some friends over at Polygon? As a girl who's been following you since 2011, I'm thrilled that you are still living life to the max. Quickly and politely though, I wanted to mention that there are many out there, myself included, who really appreciate an update on the chapter reading you promised back in December. It's been over half a year, good sir. Looking forward to more short-form blogs and publishings from Underthing Press, but please make sure you're a man of your word and keep the promises you already made and the people paid for, right? Cheers. Response. Kayla, this is so carefully and kindly phrased. Thank you so much. I feel terrible. I haven't gotten that out for everybody. I have an update blog about it half written too, but haven't had time to finish that yet either. Which, you guessed it, I feel terrible about as well. This is just to say, I'm sorry. It's late, it's still in the works, I haven't forgotten. I just did what I always do and was trying to make something much bigger, better, and cooler. I always made it more complicated and slow. More details soonish. As far as my research goes, we haven't gotten any details, and on the thread it says that it was posted 9 months ago. Probably closer to 10 months now that I'm actually recording this video. So he just continues to stream and complain whenever anybody asks about his progress with book 3. I understand being a disappointment. I'm sure many people do. I'm sure most people do. You don't want to be a disappointment when there is a deadline, and you don't want anybody to feel that you are disappointing them, especially people who have hundreds of thousands or even millions of fans that are waiting for the next book in your series. But at this point, I don't care about the story anymore. I've watched videos talking about the series, I've had friends and family mention how amazing it is, but I just don't care anymore. We live in an age where anyone can share their progress and their art. We have fantastic authors who are transparent about their work and how it's going. If they have a delay, or they can go online and tell anybody about it. It makes us even more excited because we know the author doesn't want to disappoint their fans, and they're being transparent. That's the main issue here, is Patrick Rothfuss is not transparent about what's going on. He just brushes it off or just waits for it to disappear. I understand that he has a lot of mental health struggles. Taking care of yourself is really important. I've put off publishing my own books because they weren't ready and I mentally was not ready. But I doubt that anyone would hound Pat so much if he just gave us some transparency about the situation. I promise that if he just said something like, hey guys, I can't get the voice actors to do the chapter, but I'm just going to release it for the public to enjoy. If he said something like that, I believe that there would be no one complaining, or just a small majority who would say, oh, he didn't fulfill his full promises, but at least he did get the book out. Now, Pat does not owe us the Doors of Stone. He doesn't owe us anything else really, but he promised this and people already paid for it. He owes us this chapter. It's like if you pre-order a book from a different author and then never hear about it again and don't get your money back. Really, truthfully, I don't believe there ever was a chapter. I don't believe that book 3 will ever be released, and I'm tired of people giving Pat so much leeway with this situation. If this was any other celebrity, it would be blown up and it would be talked about way, way more. He has done a bad thing and isn't doing anything to make up for it, or at least hasn't been transparent about doing anything to make up for it. It's extremely disappointing. A full-time author should be able to get out a chapter or even part of a chapter in a pretty short amount of time if that is what they're focusing on. We can see he's not really focusing on that. And so, this point, the point that is that I doubt he has written much, if anything at all. He's gotten the prologue out, but based on past prologues, there isn't much you have to add to make it different. Many of us have mental health struggles. Many of us struggle to keep up with our everyday demands, work, school, family, death, and many other issues that hold us back. There's no telling what is truly holding him back, and I can't imagine the fame that he has and that is making this all even more difficult and giving even more pressure with the expectations that he has. But if he made a comment, put out a blog, a video, talked about it on stream, or just said, hey guys, the chapter's not finished, it's going to be a while, that would at least help his case. He still made the mistake, but at least being transparent about it would help. There's a reason readers love certain authors, is because they get out so much work every single year, or they are consistent with the work that is being put out and they're transparent about it. He's used book 3 as an incentive for this charity for years now, but it seems like not much has come from that. I think that his community and his image are truly hurt by this situation, and there's no guarantee, but eventually people are just going to stop caring. I am not a super fan of Patrick Rothfuss. In fact, I've never even read his books. But as a person who loves storytelling and great stories, I'm really disappointed. This was the final straw for me and my patience in this author. I've wanted to read the books for years, but didn't want to be left hanging for another 12 years between books. So without book 3 to finish the series, I'm just not even going to try. I'm sad about this situation, but you know what? He can take as long as he wants to write or never write the final book in the Kingkiller Chronicle. But whether it comes out or not, I'm not going to be here for it.